If you've ever gone to a doctor's appointment and you have been told that your cholesterol is high, that you might need to go on medication, and you've left the appointment pretty confused, I want you to watch this. See, there's a big difference between what your cholesterol, your total cholesterol, your LDL cholesterol, what that is saying, and then what's actually happening in your body. And most people are never taught how to read this. So all of us who are on no-carb diets, increasing our animal fats, increasing our saturated fats, we're getting this information from our doctor, and all of a sudden you start questioning the type of plan that you're on, and you say, maybe carnivore or keto aren't for me. So let me show you my actual labs and share with you that a couple months ago when I got labs done and the numbers were pretty similar, my doctor called and told me she wanted me to go on statins because my LDL was a little bit higher than she wanted it to be, which, by the way, was still under 200. And by the way, my LDL is 246. So if I didn't know better and I just listened to what she said, I'd be on statins now. But I know to look at the full picture, and I want you to look over here. So this is my HDL. This is the good cholesterol, the protective kind of cholesterol. And my HDL only keeps going up. And my triglycerides, they're only going down. And this shows really good insulin sensitivity. My C-reactive protein, my inflammation marker, really, really low. So I got those labs done with my doctor last month, but I did join Function Health, and those are the numbers we're looking at right now. So with Function Health, I was able to see more labs because my doctor was not willing to. I said, I'm on the carnivore diet, I'm eating a lot of red meat and saturated fat. She wanted me on the Mediterranean diet just because that's easy for her to say. And I said, why don't you go ahead and pull C-reactive protein, ApoB, particle size? She couldn't do it because my insurance wouldn't cover it. So I joined Function Health, and now I have all these numbers, and I can see that I'm pattern A for particle size, which is a larger, fluffier, better than the dense, smaller particle size. So when you look at all the things that I've shared with you, this is a very metabolically healthy system. It's low inflammation, insulin sensitivity, stable blood sugar, efficient energy. But most people never hear this explained. You just hear your cholesterol is high, your blood pressure is high, stop the red meat, stop the salt. No one explains what your triglycerides are doing, what your HDL is doing, and if your inflammation is high in the first place. And why, if it is high, why inflammation changes everything. So this is my hot take that we're oversimplifying cholesterol. We are not telling the full story, and we need to educate patients better. But in the absence of that, we can educate ourselves as consumers of the medical system, and we can do better. Here's the thing. Two people can have the same cholesterol number, but there could be two different things going on. One could have high triglycerides, low HDL, insulin resistance, blood sugar problems, and lots of inflammation. The other could have a really strong metabolic health profile, less inflammation, high LDL, low triglycerides, and that changes the whole story. This is two completely different bodies, two completely different risk profiles, but yet they often get the same advice. And that's what keeps people confused and maybe doubling back on what they're, I don't know, I think it's our intuition that has led us to this way of eating, this lower carb, low sugar, low processed food, high bioavailable nutrients. And when people are told in these appointments that they need to change their diet, many people do. And they go back to Mediterranean, or they go back to moderating sugar and processed foods because their doctor says that's okay. And they might be food addicts, and they might have disordered eating, and they just might be a person that's triggered by processed food because it's made to make us overeat it. And there they go on another path of trying to find another diet that isn't going to work for them. Basically, context isn't optional here. It's everything. When you understand your labs like this, you stop reacting out of fear, and you start making decisions based on data. If you want to start understanding your body like this, first of all, connect with me because I do this all the time in my free 15-minute discovery calls or in my hour-long nutrition consults. But I recommend that you all, whether you work with me or not, go to Function Health and get your labs done. If you're curious about it, email me, jessorr@gmail.com. go into my profile here on TikTok. I have it linked in my link tree. It's right there on the top, and you can click on my link. I think that will get you like $25 off. By the way, the membership is $365 for the year. You get two full panels that are done for you. There's also additional testing that you can add on to it, but I just do the baseline of what they have, and it comes back super quick. You get a really great analysis. There's studies that are actually like put into every little category of your testing. I think it's super easy to understand, but I also do this for a living, and I help you to look at your labs too. So if you're interested in doing that, either way, work with me or not, go to Function Health and do your labs, because I think I probably would have paid more out of pocket asking for all of these tests than if I just went to Function Labs and got them done. So I'm really glad I did it.